Namaste and welcome to this Strong Hatha class. So we'll begin in a comfortable seat in whatever feels good for you, whether that's legs crossed or feet in front of each other. And we're just going to be aware of our breathing here, so you can place the hands on the knees either up or down. And we're just going to take some nice deep breaths in through the nose and out through the nose. Just feeling the shoulders melt away from the ears. Breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. Just taking this time to arrive to the practice today, allowing anything else that's been going on to be popped on the side for now, and just being present, aware of your body and mindful throughout the whole practice. You can take this time to set an intention for whatever you want out of this time for you, whatever that might be today. Continuing with that lovely breath. Noticing the body adapt to the movement of the breathing. Okay. And we can begin with our alternate nostril breathing. So with the right hand, we will bring the hand into a mudra here by just bending in the index, middle and fourth fingers. So we'll close off the right nostril to start, taking a big breath in through the left nostril. We'll close the left nostril with the little finger and breathe out through the right nostril. Again, breathing in through the right nostril, closing the right nostril with the thumb, breathing out through the left nostril. Taking a breath in through the left nostril, closing the left, breathing out of the right. And taking a breath in through the right, closing the right nostril with the thumb, breathing out through the left nostril. And we can repeat this for several rounds of breath. Being mindful, if at any point you need to just stop, if it doesn't feel comfortable for you, then maybe just taking the hands on the knees. And this breathing practice is good for rebalancing the nadis in the body. Allows the breathing to be full through the sinuses, the throat. And it's also good for the brain as well. So we can take the finger underneath the nose, just noticing now, hopefully, that we're a little bit more balanced and we're breathing out of both nostrils. So we'll just have a moment's rest here, allowing the breath to come back to its natural rhythm. Okay, so we're going to take a big inhale, take the arms up, nice big sun arms, and we're going to twist round to the right, bringing the left hand onto the right knee. Inhale, bring the arms back up, twisting round this time to the left. Inhale, bring the arms up. Exhale, twisting round to the right. Inhale, arms up nice and tall. Exhale, round to the left. Inhale, rising the body up. Exhale, twisting to the right. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, twisting to the left. Inhale, taking the arms up. Exhale, twisting round to the right. Inhale, taking the arms up. Exhale, twisting to the left. Inhale, taking the arms up, and exhale, bring the arms down. Okay, we're going to come into stacked log position. So we're going to take the bottom left leg just to a normal crossing position, stacking the right leg on top. Getting comfortable sitting up nice and tall here. We'll open the arms out, and this is a really good hip opener, making sure that we're not hunching in our shoulders. If you want to have a little bit of a deeper stretch, you can take the right arm near the left hand, and we can bring the right shoulder to the right knee. We can inhale, come back up to seated. If you want to, coming down a little bit closer to the ground for a deeper stretch again. Remember to breathe into that stretch. Keep the neck nice and relaxed. You might like to fold a little bit more. And just getting to know what feels good for you. And we'll gently come back up. And we can cross over the other way this time. So right leg at the bottom, left leg on top. Taking the arms to the side, up on the fingertips. And again, just keeping the shoulders pressed down away from the ears. Hold here. Breathing. Finding some space every time you exhale. And we can intensify that stretch, bringing the left shoulder to the left knee, taking the left hand over to the right hand side. And we can gently come back up. And again, just folding forward as far forward as feels comfortable for you. And you might like to fold even further. And we can gently come back up. So we'll uncross the legs now, just coming onto a tabletop position with the knees underneath the hips and the wrists underneath the shoulders. So we're going to push the shoulders down away from the ears and pushing the mat away. We're going to take the right arm up and the left leg up, bringing the elbow and the knee together. Inhale, rising up as far as you can reach. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, reaching up. You can bend the levers, keeping the knee bent. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, rising up again. Exhale, knee to elbow. Good, and release. Gently moving the hips side to side. This time taking the left hand, the right leg. And exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, rising up. And exhale, knee to elbow. Again, inhale and exhale, and last one. Inhale, rising up. Exhale, knee to elbow. And we can gently release. Moving the hips over to the left and the right, gently twisting, just feeling the space around the ribs, the side body. Moving in any way that feels good for you. And from here we'll come into our cat-cows, dropping the belly, looking up. Exhale, rounding down, chin to chest. Inhale, looking up. Exhale, chin to chest, pushing the mat away, getting some space between the shoulders. Inhale, moving up. Exhale, rounding. Inhale, moving up, looking up. Exhale, rounding the back, pushing the mat away. Good. Okay, so from here we can just come back to our tabletop position, and we're just going to draw some big circles with the hips. So just finding some space. We can come into a little figure of 8 position. This might feel a little bit awkward at first, but just find your rhythm, find a flow, find a little bit of breath work that feels just nice for you with the movement. It might be inhaling as you move forward, or it might be inhaling as you move back. So just being aware of your breath here. And we can rotate that back the other way this time, reversing that figure of 8. And you can be exaggerated with this movement or very subtle, just feeling whatever feels good for you today. Good. And we'll come back into our tabletop position, taking the arms a little bit further out in front. And we can drop the chest down, coming into melting heart pose, stretching out the armpits and the shoulders, keeping here the knees at a 90-degree angle. Relaxing the head, you might like to turn the head onto the side. And we can bring the palms together, bending the elbows and pushing the shoulders down towards the earth here. This is a little bit more intense, so if this is too much for you, then just keeping the arms out in front. But this is really good for if we have tight shoulders, also that drooping shoulder effect as we age as well. So we'll gently come back up, and we can just bring the hands closer to the body, really pushing into the fingers, and we'll move back into a downward facing dog, pedaling out, really just exploring this movement, maybe twisting round to each side, looking underneath the armpits, just feeling whatever feels good for you, bending the knees really generously to get that good form in the upper body. Let's move into a little bit of a flow here, so we're going to push forward into a plank and then moving to downward dog, moving forward to plank and back downward dog, forward inhale, inhale plank, exhale down dog, inhale forward, and we can stay here in downward dog, really trying to push that tailbone up towards the sky. Maybe walking the feet in a little bit closer to the body. And we're going to walk forward towards the front of the mat, coming into a little forward fold here, generously bending the knees, and then we'll roll up to standing ragdoll all the way up. We'll bring the shoulders back and down, making any adjustments that you need to, getting nice and comfortable. Coming into our mountain pose, engaging the glutes, the quad muscles, just making sure that we're tucking the tailbone under, the core is engaged, shoulders pressing down and the palms are forward. Taking a couple of breaths here, just noticing our balance. We'll take a big inhale and exhale in prayer pose, so bringing the palms together at the heart as we prepare for our sun salutation. Inhale, rising up, gently leaning back if that's nice on your back. Exhale, moving into a forward fold, generously bending the knees. We can inhale, half lift and find some space. And exhale back to our forward fold. Take a breath in, taking the legs back into a plank position. And we can take a little hold here before dropping the knees, chest, chin down to the ground. Relaxing everything down here as we move up into Cobra, keeping the elbows in tight, looking up. And exhale, moving into a downward facing dog, one nice fluid motion. We'll take a few breaths here, in through the nose, big sighs out through the nose or mouth. pedaling the legs out here, stretching the calves and hamstrings. Okay, so from here, now you can either jump or step forward, back to a forward fold, whatever feels good for you, holding onto the calves, release the head. Inhale, half lift, find space. And exhale back to a forward fold, hands on the calves if that feels good. Inhale, rise the arms all the way up, gently leaning back if you wish. Hands down to the heart. Taking a breath in and out here. Inhale, rise the arms, gently back bending. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, find space, look forward, shoulders back. Exhale, back to a forward fold. Inhale, move back to our plank position. And exhale, drop the knees, chest and chin down to the mat. Inhale, moving forward to baby cobra, looking up, whatever feels good, coming up as far as feels good for you. Exhale, back to our downward facing dog. You can come up onto the tiptoes if that feels good, or pedaling out the legs. Deep breaths here, in through the nose and out through the mouth. Stretching out each leg, pushing each heel down towards the mat. And we can either jump or step forward with control, back to our forward fold, fully exhaling. Inhale, half lift, finding space. And exhale, back to our forward fold. Inhale, rise the arms up, nice and tall, gently leaning back. Exhale, hands to heart. We'll take another breath in and out here. Inhale, raise the arms. And exhale, back to our forward fold. Inhale, find space, shoulders back. Weight is in the toes. Exhale to our forward fold. Coming back now into our plank position. Engage in the core. Exhale, lower the knees, chest and chin all the way down. Inhale, peeling up to our cobra, looking up. Exhale, coming back into our downward facing dog. Breathing here, really pointing our tailbone up to the sky. Deep breaths. This is our resting position here, so getting comfortable, moving in any way that you need to. We'll jump forward, back into our forward fold, hands on the calves. Inhale, lift, find space. Exhale, back to our forward fold. Inhale, raising up the arms, nice and tall. Exhale, hands to heart. Allowing the breathing to settle here. We'll come back to our mountain pose, palms facing forwards, engaging the glutes, tilting the pelvis under. Taking some deep breaths here. We'll come into our Surya Namaskar B now, our Sun Salute B. And we'll bring the hands back to the chest. Take a breath in and out. We'll move to our chair pose, tucking the tailbone under, bending the knees. We should still be able to see the toes, and hold. Exhale to a forward fold here. Moving up, finding some space. Each of these positions we'll be holding for a count of about 3 to 5, just to really hold each position back to our forward fold for 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. And we'll be moving into our plank position, taking back both legs, moving the body weight forwards. Hold here. Remember to breathe. Drop the knees, chest and chin down. Keeping the elbows in, pressing to the side of the body. Inhale, drop all the body down and peeling up, looking up. You can straighten the arms as much as feels comfortable for you. Engage the glutes to protect the lower back. We'll come back into our downward facing dog, maybe taking a little step forward with the feet. Hold here. Remember to breathe. We'll step the right foot forward, planting the left heel. Inhale to warrior one, taking the arms up, making sure that we're strong in the legs here. Nice wide hands here so that we're not hunching in the shoulders. Bringing the hands down to the mat, coming back into our plank position. Hold here. You can drop the knees down if that's too much. Lower the knees, chest and chin down, elbows in tight. Dropping all the way down, peeling up, full cobra. Taking the gaze up if that's comfortable on the neck. And we'll move back into our downward facing dog. Taking a little step forward if you need to. And taking the gaze somewhere in between the hands and the feet. Moving this time the left leg forward, planting the right foot, keeping the heels in one line. Inhale, take the arms up, nice and strong in the legs. The left knee's not going over the ankle. Hold here, remember to breathe. Bring the hands down to the mat, we'll come back into our plank position. Hold it here. Drop the knees, chest and chin, keeping the elbows in tight. Drop all the body down, moving up into our cobra. Again, engaging the glutes. Moving back into our downward facing dog and stepping forward. Pedaling out here if you need to. And we'll take a big jump forward, coming into our forward fold, hands on the calves. Keeping that connection between the tummy and the thighs. Looking down towards the mat. Half lift, find some space, putting the weight into the toes so that the legs are in a nice straight line. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, coming back into our chair pose, bent knees. We should still be able to see the toes. Good. Inhale all the way up, gently back bending. Exhale, hands to heart. Taking a breath. Okay, so we'll gently come back down onto the mat to have a moment's rest. So we can come into a wide leg child's pose here, dropping the forehead down to the mat. allowing the breathing to come back to its own natural rhythm, allowing the forehead to just crinkle towards the nose, taking all of the tension out of the forehead and the head. Okay, so we'll move back into our tabletop position, and we can gently curl the toes under behind. We're going to come into a plank. Let's move into chaturanga, holding it here, yogi press up and release down. Inhale, full cobra, and exhale, moving back to our downward facing dog. Big breaths. This time we'll take the right foot forward, again planting that left heel down, keeping the heels in one nice line. And we can rest the body onto the right leg here. We'll take the arms behind, coming into a little flying position here. And take the hands down to the mat. This time we're going to come into, if it's okay for you, a little revolved bound position here. So taking the right shoulder inside the right knee, and if you can, connecting the hands behind the body, staying really nice and strong in the legs. Release the left hand down and the right. And this time we'll take the right hand inside the right leg. Dropping the left knee down, we'll come into a little lizard position here. If it's too much to stay on the forearms, you can stay onto the hands here. So just notice whatever feels good for you. Making sure again that the left knee is down. If you want to, we can raise that up for a little bit more intensity. And from here we can bring that foot back in, coming into our equestrian pose here. Let's inhale, take the arms up, gently leaning back if that's good for you. Or keeping the hands at the heart. And we can interlock the hands behind the body, taking a little lean back if that's nice for you. Opening out the shoulders. Let's take the left hand to right knee, the right hand on the back of the left thigh. And now switching that round, so taking the right hand inside the right leg. Good. And we can gently bring the hands down into our plank position. Let's move through the vinyasa, dropping the knees, chest and chin. Inhale, full cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Coming into a nice wide-legged dog here, spreading the feet to the width of the mat and the hands to the width of the mat as well. Keep pressing through the shoulders, keeping that distance between the shoulders and the ears. Pressing in through the hands, all four points of contact with the mat. This time we'll take the left foot forward between the hands, planting that right heel down, keeping the heels in the center of the mat. And we'll take the hands behind, coming into a little flying position here. We can bring the hands into chin mudra if you like. And we'll drop the hands down. This time taking the left shoulder inside the left knee. And again, just coming into a little bound position here if you can, connecting the hands. Taking the hands down onto the mat now. We can drop that right knee and foot down, coming into our lizard's pose if that's good for you, dropping onto the forearms. If not, staying up onto the hands. And again, if you want to, we could even come up onto the right toes behind, lifting the knee. Again, this is a much more intermediate to advanced version. Drop that knee back down. We'll come into our equestrian pose here, making sure the left knee doesn't go over the ankle. And we'll interlock the hands behind, shining that chest up. Keeping the head really nice and relaxed here. Good, and we'll gently twist round to the left, taking the left hand onto the right thigh, and then reversing that. So this time taking the left hand inside the left knee and the right hand behind the right leg. Return the hands down to the mat. Moving back into our plank position through our vinyasa. Dropping the knees, chest and chin. Inhaling, coming up cobra. Exhale, moving to downward facing dog. Breathe here. Okay, so we're going to move forward now into our plank position, staying really nice and strong in our core. And exhale, push back to downward facing dog. Breathe here. Inhale, moving forward to plank, keeping that core really nice and lifted. Exhale, moving back, downward facing dog. Inhale, moving forward. We're going to come into a little side plank here, so taking the left hand to the center of the mat, the right arm can come up. You can drop the knee down if that's more comfortable for you. We'll return the hand down, coming back into our normal plank position, this time taking the right hand to the center of the mat. And the left hand can either come onto the hip or up, and you can drop the knee down as well, whatever feels better for you. Hold here. And returning the hand down, we'll drop the knees down. Moving back into a child's pose here. Relaxing the forehead. Good. And we'll move back up now into a standing position. So we're going to come now into a little forward folding position. And we can attempt to move into crow here. So for this, we can bring the knees just inside the shoulders, looking down at a certain point. Moving the body weight forward, you might like to attempt to take one foot up at a time. And if you like, you can even attempt to take both feet up, moving that body weight forwards, having a little rounding in the spine here. Hold here. No worries if you didn't feel confident doing that today, your time will definitely come. And we'll just take a little rest here in yogi squat, opening out the knees with the hands, pushing the hands apart. If you need a little block or something to sit on, or you need to bring your hands down, feel free. Or we can have a little rotation of the wrists. Allowing the breathing to settle as well. Let's drop the bottom down onto the mat. Releasing all of the body down. We're going to flex the feet here. And this time we're just going to take the right leg up, if you can, holding around the right big toe. If that's too much, then just maybe hold around either the calves or around the back of the hamstrings. You can also use a yoga strap here. And let's open now to the side, as wide as possible. Good, and gently coming back up. This is a really good stretch for our hamstrings. And we can gently release that foot down, keeping that foot nice and flexed. Doing the same with the left side, so taking the left leg up nice and straight, holding around that big toe if you can. Exhale, moving round to the side as much as you can. Keeping the right foot flexed. Inhale, straighten that leg back up to the centre. And exhale, release. And we'll come into a little happy baby pose this time. So bending the knees towards the body, holding the outside edges of the feet or maybe the ankles, wherever feels comfortable. But pushing the lower back into the ground just so that we're really nice and supported here. Also maybe pushing the shoulder blades down as well. We can gently release out in front. And this time we'll come into the wind releasing pose. So pushing the shoulders down, bending the right leg, inhaling, coming up, connecting the nose and the knee. Exhale, release. Inhale, coming up. And exhale, release down. Inhale, coming up, knee and nose connecting, and exhale, release. Take the leg all the way out in front, keeping the feet flexed, and doing the same with the left leg, so interlocking around the knee, bringing the head up towards the knee, inhaling, exhale, release. Inhale, move up, and exhale, release. So we're engaging our core here each time we're moving up. Inhale. And exhale, release. Just having a little bounce of the legs up and down on the mat. And maybe bringing both knees in towards the body now. And bringing the head up towards the knees. Exhale, release. Inhale, moving up. Exhale, release. Inhale, moving up. Exhale, releasing. Release the feet down onto the mat. We'll take the arms out to a nice wide T shape. Take the hips over to the left and then bring the knees over to the right, holding their hand onto the leg. And we can take the gaze over to the left. Just gently twisting the spine here, keeping the shoulders down on the ground. Allowing the breathing to settle. And we'll gently bring the head back to center, bring the knees up, straighten the body into one line again. this time we'll take the hips over to the right a little bit and bring the knees over to the left, connecting the left hand onto the knees and looking towards the right, keeping both shoulders down on the ground. Again, just softening here, relaxing, slowing down the practice, coming into stillness. Bringing the head back to the center, the knees back up to the middle. And we'll take the hands on the knees, gently massaging the lower back, taking the knees round in little circles one way. And then we can reverse those circles back the other way. And we can gently release the feet down, coming into reclined butterfly, bringing the soles of the feet together. Maybe taking the hand onto the tummy, engaging with the breath. Bringing the knees back to the center. And we can just open the feet to the width of the mat as we come into our relaxation. We'll keep the hands on the tummy though, just being aware of the breath here, taking a big breath in, feeling the tummy rise and fall here. Seeing if you can feel the breath to the very bottom of the tummy. And if you haven't already, closing the eyes, just feeling the breath here. And we'll move the hands up now just to the belly button region, just resting the hands onto the belly button. If you want to, you could even make that connection with the skin on the hands, just bringing some warmth to that area, some warmth and love. And we'll just feel the breath here, so taking some deep breaths in through the nose, out through the nose, just feeling the breath, feeling the body rise and fall. Moving the hands now up to the rib cages, just feeling our breath here. Any anxieties can be felt around this region. And now moving the hands up onto the chest, feeling the breath here. And now we can just cross the arms over each other, just feeling around the collarbones, maybe just on the shoulders, just giving ourselves a little bit of a gentle hug here. Also being aware of our breath, just feeling the body breathing, moving up and down each time you're breathing in and out. Now finally just bringing the hands just gently onto around the neck area. And just seeing if you can feel the breath in the neck. Maybe just being aware of the temperature of the breath as you're breathing in through the nose on the back of the throat. And when you're breathing out, just feeling that a little bit warmer on the back of the throat. Being aware of what's going on in the body. All these autonomous movements that we can take for granted sometimes. And we can gently take the hands now by the side of the body, palms facing up, spreading the legs out in front, keeping the eyes closed though. Pressing the shoulders down away from the ears as we just relax here for a few minutes. Just notice anywhere that you're feeling any tension in the body, seeing if you can relax that a little bit more. Just using this time to rest and relax. It's a really important part of our practice. Giving ourselves permission to rest. Okay, so we can gently begin to bring some awareness into the body, moving the fingers and toes, beginning to wake up the joints, maybe stretching through the arms and legs a bit here. You might like to take the arms above the head as if we're having our first morning stretch. And if you feel ready, we can gently roll onto our right hand side, resting the head on our arm as a bit of a pillow. Taking a few breaths here. And if you feel ready, you can push through the hands, coming up to find a comfortable seated position, cross-legged or whatever feels good for you. We'll take a nice big sun arm, taking the arms up, inhaling, and exhaling, hands through heart center. Namaste.